Welcome everybody. This is the grand finals match, or matches, possibly, of the Mario Kart Double Dash Time Trial One Tries Tournament. I'm one of your commentators, Average Trey.
Hi guys, I'm Rick Bick. I'm going to be your other commentator for the day. And we actually have both of the racers with us right now. GoombaNL,
Hey.
world number 1, and OptimisticEmo, world number 2. And it's going to be a treat. I don't think that's a shock to anybody.
And I believe Rick Bick prepared some pre-race questions we're going to go over.
Yeah. Okay, so Goomba, you have been completely dominant for quite a while now. And you're pretty quickly coming up on 32 out of 32 world records.
I guess.
And you know, time trials have obviously been your main thing for quite a while. And I was wondering, you know, and not to say you'll ever be done with it, but if you get satisfied, you know, you have records and everything, are you gonna want to go back to playing some Grand Prix, you know, treating it almost like more of a speed run, or, you know, maybe keep promoting Double Dash as a head-to-head competition, not just time trials?
I mean, I definitely want to do the competition in Double Dash. So far, all the feedback on the time trial tournament so far has been amazing, and a lot of people have been enjoying it, which I'm really glad to see. So I definitely would like to do something like that. As for my own Double Dash career, so to say, I think I'll still mostly stick to time trials. I might take a break if I do end up getting the 32-32, which I imagine won't happen. But you know, there's always the possibility. Otherwise, I might eventually end up like going to Grand Prix to optimize sometimes. It will never probably be my main thing, as I mean, I've played time trials pretty much all the time. So to suddenly switch would be very sudden and almost weird to me. So yeah, definitely want to do the time trials and the competitive time trials.
All right, so Emo, I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie, I was a little bit with that question trying to get you a little mad, get you a little hungry.
Trying to relax it a little bit.
Yeah, you took number 2 recently, but you have been putting out killer times, and I'm just curious, you know, what are your goals in 2019?
Well, 2019's got to be the anti-1AF alliance.
Let's go, Emo.
Oh yeah, we'll see about that.
USA, boys.
Yeah, okay, for one, I know you've got it in the tank. You know for sure that you've got it in the tank. So we're expecting some big things.
Yeah, if I can keep playing like consistently, I think I can put him off for at least a little bit.
Yeah, and especially
I'll take
we've got the world number 3 right now. Andrew Math has been starting to play a little bit again, and he is definitely also capable of taking down some of Goomba's times. So
I reckon once I get close, he'll suddenly start reappearing a lot more often, just to take back one record he really wants. Yeah, he definitely has it in him.
So I'm guessing that we have a lot of people here today that aren't totally familiar with Double Dash and time trials, but are maybe curious about getting into it. And Goomba, I know that you had a kind of quick come up, and just talking to you personally, I know you've never really been a huge grinder. You know, you don't do these 8-hour sessions or anything.
Oh,
I was wondering if you could talk to the newer people about, if they do get into Double Dash, what can they expect in terms of, you know, consistency, time commitment, that sort of thing.
Well, to be honest, the first and most important thing, I think just in general for speedrunning, but at least to me, especially in Double Dash, is just to have fun with it. Really don't force yourself to get a certain amount of time. Don't force yourself to beat someone. They can be absolutely amazing motivators, but really I wouldn't recommend just forcing yourself to do stuff like that. I would just, you know, have fun with the community. It's really amazing how everyone is so close together. and just play for fun, see what you can get, and just see where you can go from there, right? So just yeah, no pressure on it. Watch some videos of others. That's like the best way to improve. Interact with the community, and just keep enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I fully agree, and that goes for pretty much any speedrun as well. Any
Yeah.
speed game.
Spoken very well. Yeah, Trey, another prolific speedrunner in the Super Mario Sunshine community. Okay, and one last question for Emo.
Yes.
You're a slight underdog here, but definitely not as much as people are saying. And I was curious, what is something that you think you definitely do better than Goomba, and is it gonna affect your strategy today?
I think I've got some like splits on him. It's just my thing is, I think, like just being like kind of track specific for like a couple of like just months or whatever, and then just go like ham on that. So like honestly, like I don't have like that huge like consistency that Goomba does, because he's like sporadic all over the place, but
So
I feel like
maybe,
I have that like pop off potential.
Yeah,
you
and maybe,
pinpoint some tracks you can really like excel on.
Nice.
I mean, actually, that kind of brings me back to the question you just asked. Like, to me, when I'm playing a track, I won't play it for very long. I won't play it for many days. Whereas Emo will most of the time just focus a bit more on one specific track and then get like an amazing time, while I'll get like a few decent or good times across some other tracks, just because I like to divide my attention to multiple tracks.
And I think that's gonna pretty much do it for interviews. Trey, if you want to go into bands.
All right, so we have a couple bands. Each player gets to ban one track of their choice. Goomba has banned Daisy Cruiser, and OptimisticEmo has banned Luigi Circuit.
What? No way, dude.
Crazy, I know. But now Goomba is going to choose our first pick for where he wants to go.
It's going to be Mario Circuit.
Knew it.
All right.
All right, now let's kick these guys out of the call so we can react to these picks, because I have some stuff I want to say.
Okay, bye.
All right, good luck, racers.
All right, good luck,
Goomba.
guys.
Thanks so much.
All right, Trey, DC. What the heck? Goomba just got the world record on that track.
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, he has pretty much all the world records. Second of all, I know from experience he hates that pool skip with one tries. I don't know what it is. It scares him. But I guess having that mental pressure lifted of that pool skip, he has no worries now.
Yeah, and until the player page gets updated, if you guys were to check out their times right now, you would see that OptimisticEmo has the world record. Goomba actually just took it this week. So this is also, or Daisy Cruiser was also one of OptimisticEmo's best tracks. So he definitely does have a lot of consistency on it. So maybe that's what Goomba was thinking there.
Yeah, that too.
All right, Trey, what do you think about this first pick, Mario Circuit?
I think it's a very strong pick, considering that I think Emo is around 9th or so place on this, and Goomba has the world record.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. This is, obviously almost all of the tracks are exceptional
Right.
for Goomba, but this
is definitely a track Goomba's
one of
pretty
Emo's-
confident on.
Yeah, and one of Emo's worst tracks.
He wants to ensure he gets that first point on the board. We already see
Yeah.
Goomba doing that extra and T for that straightaway. Almost no one goes for that.
We've got first splits coming in. Pretty solid lead for Goomba, despite a dropped MT early on.
Now we're getting into first shroom laps, where we shroom across the grass.
Yeah, and on this course especially, the shrooms are huge time save.
Yeah, you want to
they can
minimize
really-
as much time as possible on the grass without any shroomage. So.
Yeah, and they can really make or break your run here. And Emo getting a really sloppy last corner. I think that's gonna be. Yep.
Goomba taking that split as well. He had to make a pretty big mistake to lose this one.
Oh, and Emo into the grass as well. An interesting note, when these guys faced off in the winners finals, Goomba got the God standard on all of his one tries.
I believe it was like God plus something as well on each track.
Yeah. So for you guys who aren't familiar with the double dash rankings, we keep track of two things. We keep track of your average finish, which is what place you are out of all of the people.
Mhm.
And then we also have our own standards system, so it goes up from newbie all the way up through God, with 9 or 10 different ranks in between.
And then beyond God, there's God +1 all the way through +10 for the really crazy times.
Yeah.
So
So Goomba getting God times on all of his tracks.
and Goomba with the casual 127 Mario circuit, he just does that like it's nothing.
Yeah, and that was only 0.3 off of Emo's PR on that track.
However, we are getting into Emo's pick of Dry Desert, who has by far the world record on this track. He's been grinding it a lot recently, so he should take this one if he does well.
Yep, but of course, we all knew it was coming. The one tries cliche. Anything can happen.
Any pokey can be hit, any tornado can be hit. You never know. We'll just have to see. No matter how good you are.
Early on in the tournament, a lot of the matches came down to who didn't screw up with the lower level players.
Right.
But now, with these players, it's really, really fun to see their driving being the deciding factor instead of huge mistakes. It's the little optimizations that are actually getting them time saves they need to win.
Yeah, every better cut in their line or every drop in T makes a huge difference at this level.
Yeah, and quick vocab for you newcomers. An MT is a mini turbo, and a mini turbo is a drift, a boost you get out of your drift when you tap the opposite direction a few times. So you see when they're drifting and then they get the blue sparks. When they release that, they'll get a speed boost for a certain amount of time.
And you need the blue sparks to get any speed. Orange sparks are useless.
That was a rough split from Emo.
Yeah, unfortunately Emo messed up his mini turbo before the mushroom, which cost a lot of time. He definitely doesn't want to see that.
Yeah, this is not a crazy deficit for Emo right now. In
Exactly.
This track,
also, Emo has by far the best shroomless lap of any player, so he could easily make a catch up here, a comeback. Although it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Goomb's looking pretty strong right now.
Quite a deficit right now.
Goomba could be taking this counter pick.
Oh, and Goomba getting a really tight line there.
It's very possible that the pressure of he knows he has to win this one could be getting to him.
Yeah.
Goomba's just looking flawless right now.
Yeah, and see, like we were saying, there were no glaring mistakes from Emo. But those little ones add up.
And Goomba takes the Dry Desert pick.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a hit to Emo right now. That is Emo's track right now. He's gotten 5 world records there in the past month.
It is Destroy Desert December after all.
Yeah. So
We just gotta see what Emo is gonna pick next. He's gotta dig deep.
He just can't get in his head. He can't get in his head because he knows he's got it. He has the splits. He has the times. It's just he's gotta get consistent.
I feel like we're gonna see a Wario Coliseum pick next, but
that would be the other obvious pick. But it's not going to be that. It's going to be Mushroom City.
okay.
Yeah, and we say the other obvious pick for Emo. That's the other track that Emo has the world record on right now. Goomba's not super far behind in that, but I almost guarantee that we're going to see Emo pick Wario Coliseum at some point.
That being said, Goomba does now have the flap record or fast lap record, which is just the fastest time on a single lap. But okay, Mushroom City, I feel like, is very consistent, especially for top players, unless they fall in the hole or whatnot.
Yeah, and I think that what Emo is thinking on this is he just needs to get into his rhythm. He, like even DDD, even though he's the best in the world at it, there's a lot of places to screw up. I think Emo just needs to get into his MT rhythm, shake off the nerves, start feeling himself.
Not to mention, there was so much pressure to not mess up DDD, so he just got to get over that and yeah, get back into his rhythm, like you said.
And one thing that I just noticed is that Goomba is playing with no ghost, and Emo is playing with a ghost. So I'm curious how that affects their mental game.
It's definitely like a matter of preference, you know? Oh, getting stuck on that wall is going to be huge.
I think that was a good use of the shroom, though, to get out of it.
I believe Goomba's said before he doesn't play with Ghost on one tries because, you know, you don't expect a PB at this level anyways, and it just adds like unnecessary pressure. Whereas Emo prefers to really like understand what his pace is at all times.
And that was a sketchy dodge from Emo right there around the truck.
Yeah, unfortunately that wall stack might be too much time lost to catch up at this point. However, you know, a rogue truck can always be the difference.
Yeah, this is not too far gone yet, but it is going to take a bad mistake here from Goomba.
He's playing it safe.
Which doesn't look like we are going to see. So that's going to be another clean victory for Goomba.
Getting to 134.
Yeah, that is another exceptional time.
Within a second of world record.
we were bragging about the times that Goomba was getting during winners finals, and he's beating all of them now.
Madness.
All right,
Emo's next pick is Waluigi Stadium.
Going the complete opposite route. This course is not consistent at all. There is a place to screw up at every single corner.
I think I understand Emo's pick here because it's a lot less focused on consistent not dropping mini turbos, which he seems to be doing recently.
Yeah.
So, you know, this could be a way to mix that up a little bit.
Yeah. He really just, he needs to get a win on the board too. And if it takes Goomba messing up for that to happen, then this is the right track.
Reminder that Goomba is a human. It may be hard to believe, but, you know.
Despite popular opinion.
He's not a Goomba.
Yeah. And we're off.
Strong starts from both players. Oh, Goomba with a wide line.
Yeah,
gotta take the
very,
lead.
very wide for the Goomba. Of all the things on this course, though, I don't think it's going to be a wide line that determines the winner.
And yeah, you're gonna see these players like sort of bumping into the wall a lot, and it looks a little bit strange, but essentially avoiding airtime whenever possible is a huge time save here, so they're gonna go around most of the ramps.
Yeah, in Mario Kart, or sorry, Double Dash specifically anyway, airtime is extremely slow. It slows you down to 30 miles per hour. So even driving on the dirt next to it is a lot faster. So that's why
Mario Kart way, there's no tricks that boost you, you know. There's no point in having airtime.
Yeah.
Looks like Emo's keeping his lead so far.
Yeah, this could be it. This could be the one that gets Emo on the board.
He had a better second lap.
I don't want to speak too soon. It might come down to this shroomless right here.
But
Emo getting a good one. Pretty good from both of them. As long as Emo doesn't make any crucial mistakes here, looks like this could be it.
Emo's getting his groove back, it seems.
And Emo is on the board for sure. Here we go. We have got ourselves a race, everybody.
Hoggers, dude. That's exactly what Emo wanted.
Yeah, and now we get to see a counter pick from Goomba. So maybe we can get in his head a little bit, see what he's thinking. Yeah, and this is not surprising. Goomba's gonna go Mushroom Bridge. You know, he's taken the tracks we've played so far that are really just about consistent MTs, consistent lines. Emo even said he's dropping MTs. He's not feeling great in that respect. So this is a very understandable pick from Goomba.
Yeah, this pick is just nonstop MTs the whole way, essentially.
Yeah, Mushroom Bridge. So in Double Dash, there are certain walls you can kind of ride without losing any speed. You'll keep all of your tangential speed, and this track has a lot of those. So getting tight lines on this track is not incredibly difficult. It's really just about spacing your MTs properly and doing quick, consistent MTs.
And of course, dodging all the cars.
Right,
Which luckily, all the cars on these tracks are entirely 100% consistent cycles. So there's no luck involved with time trials at all.
Trey, do you think you could tell everyone what I mean by spacing their MTs?
All right, so
Wait, before that, yeah, let me stop you.
Okay, well, spacing is another factor that leads to the depth of racing this game at a high level. So not only do they have to do MTs, but they have to space them out properly such that they get like the full benefits of each mini turbo. So after they release one, you want to wait a little bit before you start your next drift so that you get like the full 1 second or 60 frame. Or is it half a second or a full second?
Yeah, it's a half a second.
Half a second mini turbo. If you start drifting too soon after a mini turbo, you lose some of that speed you would gain from it otherwise.
Yeah, that's about the gist of it. So the best way to get optimal speed is to do very quick MTs, meaning tapping the opposite direction very quickly, and then spacing them out. So right when you start decelerating after an MT, you start a new one. Which sounds easy. It's not easy. It's very hard. Oh, and that's about what we expected there. That was a killer time from Goomba.
Ridiculously good. Like within half
you know
a
what?
second.
I just for fun, I'm gonna pull up the chart on that course. That time would have been ranked 8th ever
in the world.
There are 7 people in the world that are capable of racing faster than that, and Goomba just did it in a one
after
try.
grinding for hours and hours.
Yeah.
Emo's was solid too, aside from hitting that one car, to be fair. And now Emo's going to Sherbet Land.
See, Sherbet Land, I guess also another track. There's a lot of places to go wrong. Not nearly as much as Waluigi Stadium, but I know that Emo does like this track. Goomba likes it too, so I think this is just close, you know.
It's another track where Emo had the record here for a while, and then Goomba took it recently on his quest for 32 records. But we'll see if they can dodge these lap 2 Shy Guys. That can be pretty annoying.
And a big time save on this track can be the shroom spot in lap 2. The shroom spots are where you use your mushrooms in time trials. You get 2 mushrooms in Double Dash at the start of every time trial. So it's really important where you use those, because you can use your mushrooms to cut corners and get tighter lines. And it's also important on this one specifically that you do it on lap 2, so you get the best cycles with the Shy Guys.
However, on some paces or like some splits, you want to shroom on lap 3, I believe.
Yeah, it's kind of dependent on what time you're going for. And Goomba has a pretty solid lead here. There's not really anywhere left to screw up. It looks like this is going to be another win from Goomba. That's going to be 5-1.
Whew.
Emo is Goomba making sure that we knew that he knew the weird cycle he was on. Oh, that's funny.
Dang, dude. He knows all his cycles.
Yeah, and another fun fact, Emo is the only person to take games from Goomba in this tournament. Before winners finals, Goomba had not dropped any games to anybody.
This is there's been 2 total games taken from Goomba this whole tournament. This race being, or the, Waluigi Stadium being one of them in this match.
Yep. And we're waiting on a counter pick right now.
Is he going DDJ?
I'm guessing he's going to go for another one of those risky tracks.
And they might be gentlementing to Shroomless, but I don't know if Goomba's down for that. Let's see.
I hope they do.
Let's see if Goomba agrees to it.
Yep. Oh, it looks like they did.
Ooh.
Oh man. So, this
is the hardest trick in the whole game, I think. For time trial.
This is, at least tricks wise, this is far and away the hardest trick. Goomba is probably the most consistent at it, and he said in his prime on this track, when he was playing it very consistently, he could get this trick 1 out of 3 or 4 tries. And you need to race the rest of it really well also to get a records. And I believe he also does it on lap 3. So, say 1 of every 40 or 50 attempts, makes it to Shroomless. That's very generous. It's probably a lot more attempts than that. And then even at that point, you have to do the hardest trick in the game. And I almost feel like I'm making it sound too easy.
It's really hard, guys.
Yeah, because if it wasn't Goomba, I've tried it, and I can do it for dozens of tries and not get it.
Oh, Emo bumping that thing. Alright, but he could still win if they both go for Shroomless. Goomba misses it and Emo gets it.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's see it. Always a chance.
So, Shroomless, you guys will see it on lap 3, but it takes place where they used their shrooms last time. It is possible to do that gap without a shroom. You have to drive very, very close on the edge and release an MT right on the edge.
Yeah, basically that ramp, the material on it, it slows you down a lot. But if you're on the very edge of it, there's like a small bit of ground where you don't slow down.
Yeah, and it is pixels.
Yeah, it's really like you're like falling off the edge practically. And we're gonna see it in a few seconds.
Yeah, and they're both actually racing pretty well. Anyway, I'm gonna lose it if both of them make it.
Misses it.
No, and they both miss it. Okay.
That's what I expected.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine that except like making it, which is ridiculous.
Okay, well, apart from that, they both drove pretty well, and I'm eating my words as Emo bumps that wall.
Yeah, there were 2 sort of glaring mistakes from Emo. That was about it, though. Very solid. tough track to be consistent on for sure.
Yeah, so this is game point. You know, he didn't get swept. I think he's definitely got some more in him. I think we're probably going to see another sort of risky track. My guess is going to be Wario Coliseum, just because Emo feels good on it, or maybe Rainbow Road.
Emo going to Rainbow Road. Let's get real here.
Yeah, that's
He's
not
gonna go there.
I'm just trying to think consistent, like
It's got to be Mario, right?
tracks. It could be DKM. Yeah,
I guess Emo knows
gotta be
that
Mario, though.
Goomba's been playing a lot of Mario recently, so
Yeah, and I don't think that Emo has been playing it in quite a long time. So
Yoshi Circuit.
you know, I'd love to see Peach Beach just because I love it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Yep, and we do have our pick. It's going to be Yoshi Circuit. And
All right, we're gonna do the
all of the Double Dash players know what the deal is here. But for anyone who doesn't, there's another shroomless skip in this. It's not particularly
nearly
challenging.
hard.
Yeah, it's not particularly challenging. I'd say any decent player gets it most of the time, but it is pretty risky. And last time we actually saw this in winners finals, and Goomba did not go for the shroomless skip. He still won. Emo had some flubs later in the track.
Yeah, I guess Goomba just wanted to ensure his victory and not risk it unnecessarily. But he may do it for the swag and just, finish things off strong here, but we'll see. If he misses it, Emo could take another point.
Yeah. I know we'd all love to see that. And great skip for Emo, and Goomba's in the water.
Emo
This
has
is
a
the
big
chance.
chance
This
here.
is the
Let's go.
chance.
So not only did he lose time falling in, but he lost both of his shrooms.
Yeah, so that is actually a massive time loss. Because the shrooms on this track are a huge time save. I want to say, just out of a hat, they're probably about a second, a bit less than a second each.
Because even doing the YOLO, it's much slower than just using a shroom.
Yeah, because you do still have to go on the grass a bit at the end. You can't mini turbo right away because of the bounce. Okay, Goomba going for shroomless, getting it that time.
Himself.
Yeah, has to prove it. And Goomba proving that he is, like you said, in fact a human. Can make mistakes.
He bleeds. But of course, Emo has no idea where Goomba is right now. He could be thinking, oh man, I gotta play my heart out. I gotta finish strong.
Also, Emo is on a killer pace right now. Regardless of
you can
Goomba
see his
missing that,
ghost.
he was 0.7 behind his ghost there. Which is really, really fast.
Emo's moving and grooving.
Yeah. This is for sure gonna be a win from Emo. So Emo on the board. It is not over, everybody.
Yo,
it is,
2 points, let's go.
Not over. And I'm gonna pull up the chart for that track as well, because that was quick.
Goomba's saying never gonna do YOLO again. I don't blame him.
Yep, that time, 13th.
Whew.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very,
man.
very impressive.
Let's see where Emo goes next.
Well,
Maybe
we've
Mario
got Goomba's
Oh,
counter
this
pick
is
now.
I'm not used to that. Goomba's counter pick.
All right, quick prediction: Peach Beach.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Goomba's feeling himself.
Oh,
He could
you're
go-
right.
He could go,
Yeah.
he could go Baby Park. Okay, yep. Peach Beach.
That was a good prediction.
This is another track that is very dependent on quick MTs and also something called ATEC. ATEC is a way to make your line straighter. So when you see them, doing the mini turbos in a straight line, that's using ATEC. ATEC is really, really complicated, but it just consists of releasing at very specific timings between your MTs, and you can kind of control where the boost shoots you. So it means that they can get pretty much perfectly straight lines, which is a big time save as opposed to zigzagging, just shorter distance.
The most basic form of ATEC is like full ATEC, where you simply mirror your trigger releases with your A releases. And essentially, by doing that, you go in whatever direction your momentum is carrying you, sort of in a straight line. Oh no, Emo, that's not a good start.
Yeah, that is a really bad time loss.
You hate to see it, folks. So usually in this track, you use both shrooms at once around that corner, but he had to do a one shroomer to sort of save himself there. Oh, doing it again.
In the grass again. Oh man.
Looking like Goomba.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close right now, but Goomba has both of his shrooms. Which are
okay, yeah, Emo knows it's over. He's just trying to swag out now.
Yeah.
Well, still valiant effort from Emo, taking 2 points off of a player who lost only 3 points this whole tournament.
Goomba's trying to finish out the track sideways.
And the casual 107 from Goomba.
And that's it, everybody. We have our Double Dash Time Trials One Try champion, GoombaNL.
To Goomba on his victory.
2018 has been Goomba's year. He's been totally dominant, and this is a great way to finish it off. All right, the racers are now with us.
Hey,
Goomba,
welcome.
You just gave us a crazy show. We are all so excited for you.
It was quite interesting.
Thanks
the
so
Double
much.
Dash World Champion. Actually, I guess you've been the Double Dash World Champion for more than a year now. But now you're the Double Dash Time Trials One Tries World Champion.
There you go. That's a good title.
If that isn't your Twitter handle by the end of the night, we're gonna have a conversation tomorrow.
All right.
Emo, you had a couple rough performances and a couple really killer performances. Like proving to everybody you're no slouch. What was your highlight of the tournament? What was your worst race?
I think for me it was Yoshi's, because I went for it thinking, like, forgetting that I had a shrooms, right? So I went for the shroomless on the opener.
Yeah, I thought that was so risky. I was like, man, if he misses this, he knows it's over.
Yeah, you should try falling down, dude. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that
next time.
Yeah, and Goomba, that broke your streak of the all god times.
Oh wow.
Too bad. You're bad now.
Yeah, no, I'm garbage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, DDJ already did pretty hard, and Yosh was not savable.
Okay, so you two, world number 1 and 2, you obviously must have been pretty essential in organizing this tournament and everything. Could you give us a quick, recap, review? How do you think it went?
Well, to be honest, I think the best way to look back at it is seeing all the positive reactions we've had on this tournament. The Double Dash community is really close together, and maybe from an outside view, it's kind of small, But you know, once you're in it, everyone's so active and nice, and seeing Double Dash get more love and exposure like this, it's like, I don't know. I think it's fantastic. Races have been really fun, both or watching, racing, and commentating. So yeah, I wanna thank GSA for the opportunity, because it's been so cool.
Yeah,
it's been a ride for sure.
Yeah, I think we all want to echo that. GSA has done an awesome job, an awesome job.
Agreed.
Okay, so yeah, and I just wanted to mention as well, you know, like when I'm relatively new to the community, just came in this year, and I was welcomed with such open arms, and it's so exciting. You know, we have like weekly news updates and everything. Makes you feel really special even when you're really low rank, and you know it lets you compete with people and start competing with yourself right from the get-go, which felt really unique.
Yeah, I joined this community about 3 months ago, and I was surprised at just all the different motivating factors there are. Yeah, shout outs to Alex Penov, who's been around for ages and still does weekly news updates. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so once again, thank you guys so much. You know, especially to the runners, all of the different commentators, the restreamers, you know, put in so much work. The viewers as well for tuning in and making this a success. And we actually have 3 surprises for you guys while we're here. Yeah, the first one is that right now, Goomba and Emo have agreed to do an all-cup tour showcase match for you guys.
Oh, let's go.
Which is quite a treat. I don't know. Are there any videos of you guys doing an all-cup tour race?
I mean, I mean, obviously in the pre-tournaments we did one of those as well, and then afterwards we did the time trial one. So I guess that would be the most recent one. Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, it's really interesting to see the difference with items compared to time trial. I mean, we as players really prefer time trials as it's more consistent. There's no RNG, so no luck involved. But this can be really tricky, and you need to adapt really quick. So yeah.
All right, second surprise. I mean, you guys are in for a treat. We are officially announcing that GSA will be starting leagues for Mario Kart Double Dash time trials, Super Mario 64, 16, and 70 star, Super Mario Odyssey any percent, and Celeste any percent in the new year after ADGQ.
Yo, let's go. That's
Yeah,
so cool.
I am so excited. And oh man, I don't want to spoil it. We have one more surprise for you guys, and I'm just gonna shut up. Just watch.
Pillars are falling at the same time.
Oh my god, this race has been so crazy, dude. It's so close. I can't.
This is once again looking like a frame. The claw break at the exact I can't tell. I don't know. What I'm gonna do? Oh my goodness. The timer says Bravo's won, the picture says Curbs.
That is gonna need a retime for sure.
I've never seen it. There's
Pitt, how'd you get here, man?
Dude, that race was just so lit.
I know, that was crazy. Down to the frame.
I know, insanity.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What if GSA had a live event?
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
It's just these tiny
things.
No, that's it. I don't.
You can see it. You can actually literally see the screens closing together.
Comma. Here we go. Roll kick. Oh, let's go!
Wow.
Let's go! Comma pulling it off. Epic gamer.
Wow. Okay.
That was mind blowing.
Oh man.
Oh.
You guys, you have been good little boys and girls, and Santa was very pleased. So there you have it. GSA will be hosting Pace, a live event for the grand finals of their speedrun leagues. Make sure you guys join the Discord and follow their Twitter for more details to be announced.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it, guys. Those are the surprises. We are going to get into this this All Cup Tour race. And what do you think? Should you guys stay in the channel for this, or do you guys want
too many clicks?
Yeah. Oh, that's actually such a good point. Yeah. You guys have ever watched a Double Dash stream? You know how loud the controllers are.
I don't know. I personally watch for the ASMR, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, tell you what, maybe we can like just give us a couple just so they can
Just give us a taste.
Yeah.
One race. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that you'll hear a lot.
One race.
And we've got 2 controllers.
Okay. We'll do Luigi and then we'll
Yeah.
book you.
Works for me.
All right,
Now we can do a
so
live countdown.
yeah, we'll do a live countdown. All right, so it looks like both you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do a countdown. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, good luck, Emo.
Good luck.
This is gonna be so loud.
Yeah.
So yeah, time trials is fully consistent. There's no luck at all. All Cup Tour, quite the opposite, but it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, sorry, the streams were delayed to sync them for
Oh, that'll be weird.
the other one, so our countdown was a little bit anticlimactic, but they're moving now.
I think controller clicks will tell the future.
Yeah. Oh. Oh man, yeah, you are really tempting me to link everybody that song.
I'm just glad I can finally play Luigi again. Emo always bans that, dude.
Yeah. And
Do you know warm up on that track?
I do.
Or did you like preemptively like know that I was gonna ban it?
Well, I
so you
didn't play it that much because I know you were gonna ban it. So.
Dude, I wanted to do like the double bait and like not banning.
yeah, and yeah, Goomba is the number one that we don't deserve. He makes so much content for us on his YouTube channel. So you guys totally check him out at GoombaNL. Okay, yeah, I think the clicks.
We've heard enough.
Yeah, I think the viewers have for sure heard enough clicks.
Yeah, it should be good. Alright, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, so now me and Trey will have to get out our controllers.
No, yeah. Just a full symphony.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, subscribe to GoombaNL, get him to 1,000 subs on YouTube so he can monetize his videos. That's all I ask.
Those are really solid LC splits from both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just get mushrooms in this mode. You just have to play it basically shroomless, except for a few exceptions where you sandbag a bit to get some items, and we'll see those eventually.
Yeah. Alright, so I am pretty much exclusively a time trialer. Trey, you are a veteran speedrunner. Alright, do you have any do you have plans to do cups for Double Dash?
Yeah. I done like a tiny. I dipped my toe into some All Cup Tour a few weeks ago, and I'm gonna first go for like sub 30 in-game time on this. Not sure how seriously I'll take it though from then on, because I've already sort of realized how much more I like time trials and the consistency and the competitiveness of that.
Yeah.
But that being said, All Cup Tour has its place, but it's definitely not taken as seriously as, straight up time trials.
Yeah. Also, I'm not gonna expect Trey to say it and toot his own horn, but for you guys that don't know, Trey is the Super Mario Sunshine 100% world record holder. So that was his main game for a long time, and just recently he started playing Double Dash seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to and more in that game. so I wanted a new challenge, and Double Dash seemed like it had a really friendly, open community. OptimisticEmo kind of inspired me a bit when I saw some of his videos. I was like, hey, you know, looks sick.
Yeah. So Sunshine, we're poaching your community. Sorry.
It's weird, like we're taking Double Dash just taking SMS runners and vice versa. It's crazy how that happens.
Okay, so they're not actually doing an all cup tour, are they? They're just doing the 4 cups.
Yeah, so we didn't explain this, I guess. All Cup Tour, it has a random track order with the exception of Luigi being first, Rainbow Road being last. To make the race more interesting, they're doing all cups in a row, so they have like by themselves.
Yeah,
so
which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, if they were doing all cup tour itself, it'd be just like doing different tracks and like, what the heck, who's ahead?
yeah, especially with no splits up.
Baby Park is, ooh, Blue Shell. Baby Park is quite hectic, as those who play this game might know.
Yeah, Baby Park is one of the run breakers.
Oh my god, that Bowser shell is so close.
Yeah.
The classic Bowser shell going everywhere.
A lot of resets happen on Baby Park.
Oh, I got him. After all that.
Goomba's on pretty good pace right now, though. He's had good. Oh, and we have to see a blue shell dodge.
Yeah, I bet at least each player's gonna get at least one of those.
Yeah.
You can dodge blue shells, but it's almost frame perfect. Sometimes impossible, depending on the situation.
Yeah, so you can dodge the blue shells, actually, by releasing a mini turbo at a very specific time when it's coming towards you. And you talk also Goomba waited there.
Yeah, there was a sandbag right there I was talking about.
Yeah, so Goomba waits to get items. Oh wow, Emo got the perfect items. that is the optimal items to get on this course. You can get a huge cut with the star, and then also the triple mushrooms. Wow, wait, this could actually bring it back. Emo
gonna make a comeback here with these shrooms.
Yeah, especially, this is his course.
Yo, this is hype. Although, he is a little far behind.
He is, yeah. It might still take a mistake from Goomba.
But, a lightning or a blue shell? Ooh, blue shell, speak of the devil.
Oh man. Oh, that's gonna
blue shell dodges are very tough, even at high level.
Yeah, that'll make him drop his shrooms as well.
I've dodged blue shells like twice in my life.
I'd say the best people get the blue shell dodge when they have a good setup for it, maybe half the time. But you don't usually have a good setup for it. If sometimes you don't really have a choice, because if you release your MT to dodge the blue shell, you're gonna hit a wall or something. So you need to be in the right position to do it. And then also Emo has been getting terrible art.
Yeah, he's gotten so many blue shells and the lightning as well.
Yeah. So even if you're in the position to do it, it's really tough. And also, if you're in the air or something, it's just impossible. And on top of that, sometimes the blue shell will just come down immediately instead of hovering behind you for a sec, or it will hover behind you for a sec when you're not expecting it. And so there's a bit of randomness in how it approaches you at the very, very end, which again makes it sometimes pretty much impossible.
Oh yeah, some muscle memory to time trials there, but
Yeah.
Moving into the next cup. And Goomba's just so consistent at Mushroom Bridge.
Yeah, and actually it's worth mentioning, this is one of the few tracks in Double Dash that has a skip. And it was very recently discovered. So there's 3 tracks in Double Dash that have a skip. It's Waluigi Stadium, Mushroom Bridge, and Bowser Castle. And Waluigi Stadium was discovered
pretty much when the game came out.
Yeah, right when the game came out. And then nothing, no shortcuts for 15 years. And then just this year, a couple months ago, Goomba discovered a skip on Mushroom Bridge, and shortly after, a skip on Bowser Castle.
And so the Mushroom Bridge one is really, really risky, so we're not going to see it here. But basically, you can mini turbo off of the railing of the bridge in such a way that you reach a checkpoint later in the track, and it saves a few seconds. And the Bowser one, which Rick is pretty good at.
Yeah, I'll be talking about the Bowser Castle shortcut when we get to it. But it's pretty solid time from Goomba there, actually. But the Mushroom Bridge shortcut is very tricky, and even if you do it perfectly, it only saves about 10 seconds or so. So it's realistically, it's mostly a task strat, and people will go for time trials with it just for fun. We do keep a kind of unofficial shortcut leaderboard. Yeah, for the record, for time trials in this game, they don't allow shortcuts on the player's page. Wow, we are in a drought for blue shell dodges. We usually I would say if you average all of them, these guys dodge 1 out of 3 or 4, and we've seen like 6 or 7 with no dodges. I'm still holding out. Eventually, we'll see one. Oh, we will see one. We will see one. These guys are gonna get a talking to after. Yeah. Oh, that change chomp. Okay, so in time trials, it doesn't go that far out, but in Grand Prix, you can just stick out in the middle of the road. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, that Bowser Castle shortcut we were talking about, it involves hopping in this game, which you usually can't do, but it's sort of using an exploit with the physics to hop in a certain way. We'll see it much later. I mean, I'm assuming Goomba's gonna go for it. Oh, look at that star. My goodness. Sometimes items can just be laying out in the road from people getting hit by stuff. Just adds me more luck to the run. Could've gotten a mushroom there. Oh, and Emo's bringing it back a little bit. Yeah, he's not too far behind, honestly. I think that blue shell hitting Goomba helped a bit. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. Showing off his Grand Prix skills. That was violent. All right. Goomba on his favorite track. Yeah, his track he loves so much he bans it every single one try. Yeah. Oh no, really getting a table! Okay, the table cycles on this track are miserable. There's a reason that he hates this track so much, and that's one of them. It's the table cycles in the dining room, the pool skip here that you just saw Emo do, and then this staircase. Hey, we got one! We got a blue shell dodge! Yeah, you go, folks, it's possible. The stairs are ridiculously inconsistent. So much so that it feels almost random if you do them well or not. Sometimes you can kind of get in a groove, but... Yeah. You need like a specific cart angle to get what we call sexy stairs, where you go down them like so fast. You just glide down them like butter. Yeah, I'll point it out. We'll see if Emo does it this time. Emo's one of the best at it. Yeah, there we go. That was pretty good. Yeah, look at that. Those were good stairs. So, it is possible to be good at them. It's just really hard and feels really inconsistent. I feel like Emo is the best at stairs. Yeah, Emo is still, even though Goomba just took the world record, Emo is kind of known for this track. I wouldn't be surprised if Emo goes for it again, the record. Although Goomba did cut quite a bit off of it, I think. He nearly dodged that giant banana. Yeah, this track is just shy of 135 on time trials. Goomba got like a 136.0 something. Yep. So Emo might go for the sub at some point. It'd be a ridiculous run though, for sure. Yeah, there's actually a couple of subs right now that are very, very close. There is So the first one is Peach Beach. Peach Beach is about 50 milliseconds off of a 106.
And it's
Then
been that way
there's-
for like a year now, it seems like.
Yeah. Dry Desert is 1 frame off of a 127.
Yeah, any day now, Emo is likely to get the 127, which is very exciting.
Waluigi Stadium, I believe, is also a 0.0 to 135, right? I
Waluigi
believe.
Stadium?
Yeah.
No, it already is 135, I believe.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It's
my
like a
mistake.
135.9 something.
Okay, yeah.
Although Goomba said there's a lot more potential to save time on that on this track just because there's so much jank in it.
Yeah, and then Daisy Cruiser. And then the last one, I think, would be DKM. I believe is also very close
Yeah,
to this
yeah,
one.
it's very close to
Yeah.
141.
Yeah.
And we're seeing Emo to like a shortcut, and they're going to go for one on each lap in Waluigi Stadium.
Yeah, this is the Waluigi Stadium skip we were talking about.
Yep, Goomba got it. It saves like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant time saving. It's not particularly tricky. So.
You just kind
In
of
fact,
mini
I
turbo
think-
into this corner in such a way that you.
Yeah, I think we just saw them hit all 3. I guess Emo has 1 more left, but
Mhm. Let's see if Goomba gets 3 out of 3. Ooh, he gets it.
oh, even with the bananas there,
The
that was-
bananas were kind of scary, but
yeah.
even a banana at the end, but he dodges it. Oh, not that one. Bananas
Oh.
everywhere. Donkey Kong must be on a
Green shell
rampage.
right there. Wow, what a terrible setup. Yeah, he's gonna miss that
Yeah,
one.
unfortunately those items didn't really make it too
Yeah.
possible for him there. Yeah, it
Still
doesn't cut out too much, just like that last section.
coming in with a pretty solid split though.
Emo is pretty close to him.
Oh wow, we missed it, but Goomba dodged 2 blue shells on
Oof.
Daisy Cruiser.
I didn't see the first one. Or the second one. A Star Cup is my personal favorite cup. Oh, then it cut out.
No, I was just expressing my disgust.
Oh, you don't like Star Cup? Oh man.
It's not. It's not the worst cup. How's that?
Thank you. That works for me. See?
Yeah. Actually, the thing is, okay, I love like Luigi Circuit and Peach Beach are probably my 2 favorite tracks, and those are on Mushroom Cup. And DDD is pretty good as well, but Baby Park almost balances it out because it
Ooh,
is
Baby
so terrible.
Yeah, I mean, Star Cup, you know, it's got Mushroom City, which is pretty dope. It's not popularly liked, but I personally like DK Mountain, at least till I get better. I might start to hit it.
DKM is very polarizing.
I think once I have to empty across the whole bridge, I might start to hate it more.
Oh, you're not emptying the bridge yet? Yeah, when you start emptying the bridge.
Well, I do like the first 2 empties and sort of ride out the end of it, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Play it pretty safe. Yeah, it's a pretty rickety bridge, to say the least.
Yeah, you guys will see it at the end of this, but emptying across the bridge is so brutal. It's so frustrating. The
You
bridge
have to use
wobbles
ATEC,
back
which we
and forth.
mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and actually, that's how ATEC was discovered. A guy named JSX. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce his real name. It's Jean-Christophe Lancajanastret.
Good enough.
Maybe? Good enough. Yeah,
I
you
think-
could
I
look
think
him up on the player
You nailed
page.
it, dude. You nailed it.
We'll call him JSX. That's what everyone calls him.
Okay.
He was dominant on DKM for a long time before the kind of new wave showed up of Andrew and Goomba and Emo. Yeah, actually, I think.
Well, actually, Andrew's been around for a while.
Okay, yeah. But did somebody else take it before Goomba? I think somebody did. I want to say maybe like Richard Carlson or
Probably Richard.
Reyes. Yeah, Richard took almost everything. Sorry, we're spouting
We're getting deep into
double dash
lore.
names. Yeah. Oh, I should have shrinked it. Oh, and the bomb. No.
Yeah, those bomb cards are not in time trials.
Yeah, so JSX used to grind DKM a lot, and he was trying to figure out a way to get across the bridge faster. And you know, I don't really know the whole story. I'm pretty new to the scene.
You know more than me, but yeah.
Yeah, but ended up discovering A-Tech. By releasing A, he could go straight across the bridge, and then that was in 2006, and after that, times shot down. They had to redo all of the standards because everyone was improving their time so much.
Yeah, it basically took 4 years to discover that letting go of A can lead to going faster, which you wouldn't expect in a Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, release A, you can have straighter lines with your mini turbos. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yoshi Circuit is a good track. That's another one that's on
Yeah, see, Star Cup's sick.
Star Cup that I like.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Star Cup just has all decent tracks. Like, none of them are my favorite.
And
but,
then DKM is kind of...
I mean, DKM, I'm gonna... Okay, every track has one bad one. Like, there's Baby Park, there's Daisy Cruiser, there's DKM, there's Rainbow Road. Those are the ones that everyone hates.
You can't win them all. There's no perfect cup.
But, so, we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna... Okay, if we take out the best track and the worst track, Star Cup is up there.
Yes, dude. Oh, Piranha Plants. Those Piranha Plants don't attack you in time trials.
Okay, I missed it. Did they go for Shroomless here?
Honestly, at this level, I just expect them to do it. They might have done it. They might
Yeah,
do it
the
right
thing
now.
is, on lap 1, it can be a little bit risky because you can get hit with a red shell.
Yeah.
So I want to say they didn't go for it.
Emo has a shroom now, though. I don't know. He's going on the grass. Okay.
Yeah, how did he get
I
that?
guess he wants to dodge that Piranha Plant. Now he has a shroom for the shortcut. That's good. Goomba was on the same lap as Goomba, so you know.
Yeah, Goomba took a lead kind of at the beginning of Mushroom Cup on Peach Beach and then Baby Park. And then, has kept it right where it was for pretty much the rest of the time.
Goomba's been having a good Yoshi Circuit day in general. Ah, banana. Okay. Lightning. I spoke to you soon, Commentators, Chris.
And lightning is about a 4-second time loss.
Don't think you can do Shroomless with lightning.
No, definitely not.
It's not gonna
I'm
happen.
not even sure you can do Shroomless with lightning and a mushroom. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe with like the initial spin out animation of a lightning, you can do it. Because of the
Oh, that
weird
was
physics
some
in the game.
really nice A-Tech from Emo to save it right there.
Nice banana dodge too.
Okay, DKM time. We got a lot to talk about.
This is the fan favorite.
Oh, baseball kid, quick shout out. I know you're watching. He's number 8 in the world. He's one of the few top players that really likes this track.
Yeah, I can see at a top level, this track, you have to be consistently good, and consistency with all these bumps, not gonna happen too often. So.
Yeah, it can be really frustrating.
That was a really nice shortcut setup from Goomba with the R-Tech.
Oh man, I don't think we've mentioned R-Tech.
We've never mentioned
at all.
R-Tech. Okay.
How did that happen? I mean, they didn't play any R-Tech courses in.
That's probably why. Yeah, there wasn't
in
a
the one tries. Okay, I almost want to save it for WC because that's coming up next.
Okay, yeah, save it for WC where it's more apparent. But believe us, they're doing it. There is a more technical thing than A-Tech called R-Tech.
We'll just tantalize them now so they all stick around for for Mario.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bridge, it's so easy to fall off, and they make it look so easy to stay on.
I know, it's so frustrating.
It
I don't know.
back and forth.
I don't know what's the more frustrating part though, like that it's really, really frustrating, or how frustrating it is how that they make it look so easy. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
They're both having some solid DK mountains there right now. Whew.
Yeah, wait, that was fast.
Oh, fast.
Yeah. What is this time? Oh no!
Watch out
Oh.
for Mario. Okay.
Yeah, barely dodged. The heavy carts will knock you right off the edge if you hit them at all. So that was really clutch from Goomba right there.
Yeah, the barrel train, which is always used in time trials and like everything speedrunning wise in this game, it's a lightweight cart, so when you hit other carts, they'll bump you around pretty good. Goomba is not too, or Emo's not too far behind. Honestly. Look at those bananas. Yikes.
Yeah, decent time from Emo as well for, you know, for a cup.
Mhm.
Okay, it's time. Artec. So, Artec is a way to turn your cart tighter around corners, and turning your cart tighter can be a huge time save, as you're about to see from Goomba on this spiral, because it lets your line be way tighter without slowing down.
Look at how tight that was.
Yeah, that was good Artec. So Artec though is extraordinarily hard, extremely hard. It's kind of like you can't do it 100% consistently, so it's kind of like on a big spiral like that. It's, you know, you have to be good enough that you're getting more out of it. Oh no, Goomba getting the combo, blue shell into the fall.
Yeah, so usually that ramp is slower, but with lightning it's faster to just go ahead and take it.
Yeah. So, you know, you need to be good enough at Artec that you're saving time with it. Like, you're doing it better more than you're messing up, because even these guys still mess it up sometimes. They're pretty good at it. They're pretty consistent, but they do definitely mess it up.
Emo's pretty good at it.
Yeah, I think when they're in a groove, they can do it pretty much consistently. But it's pretty much just these two. I think for anyone else, Artec is not totally consistent.
Also, yeah, like top players recommend you don't even attempt to go for it till you're like top 70 in the world, or you have like a 201 in this track.
Yeah. And how you do Artec is you have to mash drift at a very specific timing. And the frequency that you mash it isn't actually super important. There's a big range. You can do it you can hit it between every 5 frames and 11 frames, I believe. No, sorry, that would be 5 and 15 frames. Because the important part is that you release it for 3 frames before repressing it. So,
and that's the hard part. You have to basically release it as little time as possible, or else you're just gonna lose it entirely.
Yeah, and if you do it for 2 frames, it's not it's not very good Artec. It still works, but it's not as good Artec. If you do it for 4 frames, you just don't do Artec and you get the sparks. So you just don't drift again, which is really bad. So it's essentially a 1 frame input that you have to do consistently.
Like tap every tap, right, perfect.
Yeah. So slowing it down, it's kind of like ba. But I sound like an idiot, but you know what I'm saying. Like you're trying.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you're trying to hold it down as long as you can, and then release it very quickly and repress it. So that was your Artec lesson.
Hopefully that made sense.
For all the speedrun kiddies.
If you really want to know more, join the Mario Kart Double Dash Discord.
Join it anyway. Yeah.
Alright, so DDJ, don't think they're gonna go for Shroomless here.
No, not
just gonna go around, you know.
Yeah, no reason.
No reason to really go for it.
Although I'm really glad that they did it in the One Tries tournament, because it was fun, and it's a good way to talk about some of the tricks in the game, even though it's not really the most optimal thing for the runners to do.
And we kind of got the idea, like you saw, like they almost made it, but
yeah. Plus, you'd go down in history if you did Shroomless in and a 1-try in grand finals.
I don't think there was a single successful shroomless this whole tournament.
Nope.
Which, you know, is kind of expected.
I tried it 3 times too in one of my first races.
that was pretty epic.
Yeah, I think I had like one of the single worst splits that wasn't the forfeit. I raced a 251.
Basically, both players thought it was over. One of them just like entirely, and then luckily you decided to go ahead and finish. And you're like, oh, well, I won because I finished.
Yeah, that was really funny. Shout out to Toast Rider if you're here.
Shout out to Toast.
Yeah.
That's why you never give up, folks.
Yeah. Oh, Emo is actually bringing it back a little bit, I think.
He's been bringing it back. He's the.
Yeah, he's just been like
out
consistently getting clawing time back.
However.
Oh, it's Bowser Castle time.
So I don't think Emo knows how to do these. So Goomba could potentially have like a huge lead here.
Yeah. Wow, I don't know if I want to explain it first or just watch him go for it first. Oh, he misses it. Okay.
Okay.
So, wow, I can't even explain it that well at a really fundamental level because it's just like nobody really understands the checkpoints that well in the game. Like the one who does the best would be Goomba.
Am I worried?
But so the idea though is that you're going back across the finish line to the checkpoint before it.
That was a good one, I think.
Hitting that checkpoint, and then you cross the finish line, and then hit that checkpoint again and cross the finish line. But it's really finicky, and it's really hard to do this little hop here. I mean, so we kind of unfairly, but we've been calling it the double dash weather tango. It's very, very hard to do. Not as hard as the weather.
Not as hard as the weather tango, probably.
Not nearly as hard as the weather tango, but which is a Mario Kart 64 trick for you guys who are unaware. It's notoriously difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but what you do is you do a big attack to let your cart go almost backwards, and then you hit R and A together, and your cart does this little hop. We call it a flop.
Yeah, it's a flop.
I don't remember what that stands for.
It fake something or other. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. Wait, Goomba is messing it up a lot though.
I don't think he's practiced this recently.
Yeah.
There we go. That should work.
And then, oh, I missed it, but let's see.
Yep.
Okay, so last lap for Goomba. I'm guessing he's just gonna finish it out, not go for another shortcut. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And that was bad from Goomba.
He's still ahead though.
Yeah, but he definitely lost a significant amount of time by doing that shortcut, just because he messed it up so many times.
Yeah, just to put into perspective how much time save that could be if you get it 3 times in a row. This is the only track that has been completed in under 1 minute.
Hey, and a blue shell dodge from Emo.
Hey.
Yeah, the world record is about 59 seconds. And
58's possible as well.
Just to piss off Goomba when he watches the VOD, I'm gonna I'm gonna plug myself here and say that I was the first one to get a 3 out of 3, and then Goomba took it back.
A worthy plug.
Yeah.
Or no, I think Goomba had 3 out of 3, but like a very unoptimized run.
Well,
And
no,
then
so
you
he
beat
got
them,
the bad skip, so he had to do an extra fall.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I was the first one to do the 3 out of 3 without that.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
I'm just getting ready for the message I'm gonna receive tomorrow from Goomba.
Hey man, it was well deserved. You grinded it out. You got it.
Oh, I put so much time into it. Yeah. All right, Rainbow Road.
Everyone's favorite track.
Thankfully, we didn't have to see it in the 1-tries because all double dashers hate this track.
Except for a select few.
Yeah, it's still fun to watch. And you know what? I've actually been having a little fun with it recently.
Honestly, it's not like terrible until it becomes sort of brain dead.
Yeah, don't tell the double dash community that though. I'm kind of embarrassed about it.
Your secret's safe with me.
Thanks, Trey.
No one knows that.
And this is another big Artec course. The final spiral on this course is really benefits from Artec. I want to say it's not as big of a time save as Wario Coliseum, but I'd say more than half a second to do Artec. And really quick, the alternatives than doing Artec right here is you can do L-Tech, which means that you just hold drift and mash the other trigger really fast. And L-Tech is super consistent, super easy. It's just not as
anyone can do it.
Artec. Yeah. And then if you need to turn tighter than that, it's actually faster to do L-Tech plus braking. So what you do is you hold. Wow, Goomba going for a really.
There's really no way he could dodge that with shot.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost my train. Oh yeah, L-Tech plus braking. You hold accelerate, brake, and do L-Tech, and you'll turn very quickly, but you'll also slow down a lot. And
oh my god, those bananas dodged.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still not even faster than Artec.
L-Tech and braking?
Yeah, I don't think that the turn is tighter.
Yeah.
You could do
Artec can be super
braking.
tight if it's optimal, but it's really inconsistent.
Yeah. Oh, another fun thing to talk about. This is less of a plug, but still a little bit of a plug. I made a just for fun. I made an analog Artec mod for the controller. So I made like a trigger macro that did Artec, which was fun. And then I gave it to Baseball Kid for his wedding present.
Totally legal. No.
Oh yeah. And Goomba finished and falls off the edge.
The amazing after finish AI, you know. You know, pretty close. Emo kept it close the whole time. I'm proud of him.
Goomba.
Yay.
Emo.
Yo.
Hey. Good race,
Yo,
guys.
congrats on that close race and the exhibition win, Goomba.
Thanks so much. GG's,
Yeah,
man.
honestly, I was like, the difference was like Baby Park, pretty much. No, a little bit more. It was like,
Dude, I was trolling Emo so much.
yeah, like Emo had like terrible RNG for like the start of Mushroom Cup, and after that it was like dead even, and Emo was clawing back a little bit actually.
Ooh. I was really thinking after that Bowser Castle where I tried to do the new shortcuts.
Yeah.
I was really thinking that Emo would catch up, but I guess he didn't have the Bowser of his life, so.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty sad.
Emo had a better special cup by 1 second. Fun fact.
Ooh, got
So-
me good, dude.
You take those.
Goomba, I am sorry. I did plug my record on Bowser Castle.
Understandable.
It's well deserved, honestly.
It's okay, dude.
Wait, which one? Does it exist anymore?
Well, yeah, it's gone now because Goomba. 2 seconds. Yeah. That was such a blast, guys. Trey, thanks for commentating with me.
This was a lot of fun to commentate.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks. A huge shout out again to GSA and the runners. These guys are the top players that every community deserves. They're both so great. They're so welcoming to new players. They're helpful. They put out content all the time. If you ever get in the Discord, please just reach out to them and get to know them.
They will answer whatever questions you have.
Yeah, we are about to go to intermission. Before we go, I want you guys to know that the SM64 Triple Bingo finals are next. So that is going to be super hype. Please, guys, stick around for that. I know I am. And yeah, we are. Let's see, we already announced the league, right? So
yeah,
we'll see you guys again soon in the league. That's
Stay
awesome.
tuned.
See you then.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Have a good one, folks.